no commissioner. Sipo and Muzi came to me and said we have a list from the CIC that we have given to the CFO.
The man accused of killing whistleblower Marius van der Merwe is facing additional charges. Matipandile Sotain is already facing charges of murder, conspiracy to commit murder, attempted murder and unlawful possession of ammunition. The former SAPS Special Task Force member appeared briefly in the Brakpan Magistrate Court this morning and the matter was referred to the Regional Court for bail application. Van der Merwe, known as Witness D at the Matlenga Commission, was killed as he entered his home in Brakpan in December last year. This after testifying about corruption at the Commission, the National Prosecuting Authority's Lumkama Anjana.
Due to administration issues in relation to the court that were outside everybody's control, the matter had to then be postponed to the 18th of May for his bail application. The state, together with the defense and everybody involved, was ready to proceed with his bail application today. However, we could not proceed. The matter was then postponed to the 18th, 21 and the 22 of May. When he appears again, there is likelihood that more charges will be added. We do have prima facie evidence against the accused and we believe that the accused has a case to answer to.
3 men accused of killing a KwaZulu-Natal businessman and his 6 relatives will make their first appearance in the KwaDukuza Magistrates Court north of Durban next Tuesday. That's according to Provincial Police spokesperson Robert Nechiwunda. Ellen Monswami and family members, including his wife and 2 children, were kidnapped during a break-in at their house on Tuesday night. The victims were then taken to Melmoth, where the attackers shot and stabbed them to death. Money was withdrawn from the victims' accounts and one of the women was raped. One of the accused is an employee at Monswami's construction company. The Mudimule Regional Court in Limpopo says the 3 accused in the Palapala matter have cases to answer. Magistrate Peter Mantata has dismissed defense lawyers' application to have charges dropped. He's also questioned how one of the accused, Emanuela David, amassed wealth in US dollars that he used to buy property. David, Joseph siblings Floriana and Dilinasho are being tried for the theft of $580,000 US dollars from President Cyril Ramaphosa's farm in Bilabila in February 2020. Mantata says that evidence that the state has presented warrants that the accused be tried.
I believe that I exercise my discretion judicially, not capriciously or without regional basis. Considering the principles laid down in the above cases, I find that accused 2 and 3 also have a case to answer.
The Deputy Governor of the Bank of England says she expects global stock markets to fall. Share prices do not currently reflect the many risks facing the world economy. The BBC's Simon Jack has the details.
The US stock market hit an all-time high this week, while the UK's main share index is within 5% of the record level it set 2 months ago. Sarah Breeden is the Bank of England's Deputy Governor. She said concerns around soaring energy prices, warnings of a bubble in AI investment and nervousness that some private credit providers are losing investor confidence meant the bank expected stock markets to fall at some point. Ms Breeden said she was kept awake at night by the chance that multiple negative events could happen at the same time. She did not say when or by how much she thought markets would fall and insisted the financial system was much more resilient than before the crisis of 2008, thanks to the work done by the Bank of England and international counterparts.
Recapping the top story, suspended Tshwane Metro Police Department Deputy Chief Umashi Dlamini has been further grilled on text messages related to a list of 7 companies bidding for a security tender. I'm Mondolambana for SFM News Headlines at 1:30.
SAFM. Prime time all day long.
If we have rights, shouldn't we also have opinions? SAFM, leading the conversations that move us. The Full Circle with Bridget Masinga, Monday to Friday, 1 to 3 p.m.
No one gets fit overnight. It takes discipline, and your money is no different. A Nedbank 32-day notice account helps you build financial strength with up to 7.3% interest and 0 maintenance fees. The higher the deposit, the higher the return. Invest in under 2 minutes on the Money app and get money fit with Nedbank. For more information, go to nedbank.co.za. See money differently. Nedbank, we're a licensed FSP and registered credit provider. T's and C's apply.
Top Billing is back with a bold new chapter and fresh new faces leading the way. Get ready to experience the world of luxury, travel, design, and inspiring stories with their dynamic new presenters, Zozibini Tunzi, Brioni Govender, Anu Khrief, and Sinemivuyo Mpulu, bringing their unique style, energy, and perspective to every moment. The all-new season of Top Billing premieres on S3 Thursday, the 30th of April at 7 p.m, with repeats on Tuesdays at 9:30 p.m. on SABC1. Top Billing is back, and you don't want to miss out.
Bridget Masinga on SAFM.
Empty streets, trembling hands upon the wheel, I'm shook with disbelief. City lights, a blurry haze inside a fever dream. Disintegrating, it's all changing. Is it too late? Wake up from the fable, there's no peace tonight. This can't be the story, thought we'd have more time. Can we turn the tables? We might lose this fight. Don't know if I'm able to make peace with the night. Then awake in the nighttime. Then awake in the nighttime, darling. Then awake in the nighttime. Then awake in the nighttime, darling. Then awake in the nighttime. Then awake in the nighttime, darling. Then awake in the nighttime. Then awake in the nighttime, darling. Entropy, everything I ever wanted wasn't meant to be. But everything I tried to build just fell apart. Can I face it? Try to change it before it's too late. Wake up from the fable, there's no peace tonight. This can't be the story, thought we'd have more time. Can we turn the tables? We might lose this fight. Don't know if I'm able to make peace with the night. Then awake in the nighttime. Then awake in the nighttime, darling. Then awake in the nighttime. Then awake in the nighttime, darling. Then awake in the nighttime. Then awake in the nighttime, darling. Then awake in the nighttime. Then awake in the nighttime. Are you breathing? Then awake in the nighttime. Are you breathing? Then awake in the nighttime. Are you sleeping? Then awake in the nighttime. Then awake in the nighttime. Are you living? Then awake in the nighttime. Then awake in the nighttime. There's no virtue or vice. It's no tragedy, just life. It's a roll of the dice, and the numbers, they keep on changing.
Msaki with Jesse Clegg on this one, Awake in the Nighttime. What a wonderful song. What an incredible song. What a great way to start off the Friday. I can't even take any credit for it because it's not my choice. It's one of my producer's choices. But I mean, if you put together the incomparable talents of Msaki and then you align them with Jesse Clegg, you're bound to find and make something beautiful come out of it. I hope you are having a wonderful Friday where you are. For some reason, I was saying to my in-studio guest, for some reason I got blindsided by the weather, even though I did go outside today and I was quite aware that it is cold. And I thought I was dressed appropriately. But then I get into SABC and it's somehow 3 degrees colder than what it actually is outside. So it's very, very cold in here. But we're going to endeavor to have a good afternoon and a great day nonetheless. It's a Friday. We're going to catch up with Uspahle Mota Roundup the week that was at the Madlanga Commission. And then we're going to talk Code DNA. It's a brand new production by the Vuyani Dance Theatre. And we got in studio joining us now, the assistant artistic director and the composer and the theatre maker as well. We're going to talk about this new production. And also coming up today, we have a double dose of stages, pages, screens and more. I'll let you know what is featuring there. And then on the other side of 2, It's Friday. Siwela Langeni is coming through with the book circle. We're going to find out what is in our book circle this week, what 3 reads we are adding to the reads that we already have. Our lines are open on 061-410-4107. That is our WhatsApp line if you'd like to chime in. Perhaps you would like to have your say on the Madlanga Commission. You've made some observations about this morning's exchange between Matthew Chuckleson and, of course, the witness on the stand. You're more than welcome to do so. Or 086 000 2032. A quick pause and then we'll be right back.
Bridget Masinga is streaming live now on Facebook, YouTube, and X at SAFM Radio.
All right, let's catch up with Utsbahle Motana, SABC News reader. Suspended Tswane Metro Police Deputy Reporter, rather, Sbahle. Here I am changing your title. Suspended Tswane Metro Police Deputy Chief Umashi Dlamini is back at the Madlanga Commission this morning. It was a politely heated exchange, the segments of it that I saw this morning just before the tea break. I think polite in the sense that no tempers were flaring from all parties, but maybe a little bit heated because you could note the frustration was a little bit palpable from SC Charkelson in some of the questioning, and how Umashe was really trying to evade and even walk back some of his previous responses.
No, definitely. Good afternoon to you, Bridget, and to the listeners. And I think some of the heat was, seen when Umashi Dlamini was asked about his family's taxi business, where he didn't really want to get into the details and divulge any information because he spoke about just the sensitive nature of the taxi industry. And as you know, there's key players that have been mentioned before the Madlanga Commission, and this includes the late Mswazim Sibi, and there's a Mr. Mbani who was known as the right-hand man of Mr. Mswazim Sibi, and also of Joe Sibanyoni. So I think that's definitely terrain that he really did not want to traverse. And he was even saying that, at times when you speak about the taxi industry, you expose your people, you expose how they run their business, and he was just not willing to get into that evidence. And we even saw, one of the questions that Advocate Matthew Shackleton had actually asked him was how many taxis his family owned, and he was just not willing to divulge that answer and even promised to speak to his family. And when he came back after the tea break, he said his family said no, they can't simply speak about that. And we even heard Chairperson Justice Mbuseli Madlanga saying, what, it's fine, let them, let's move on from this sort of questioning or from the specific question in general.
Yeah, it was actually interesting at that point when Justice Madlanga intervened, because I almost think sometimes, we look at the commission from various angles. We look at it from a point of interest, obviously, in unearthing the criminality and the corruption. We often observe body language and how people conduct themselves physically versus what they say. But also, we also understand the sort of nuance of certain worlds by way of observing them, which I think at times SC Charkelson is far removed from them. So he comes from a very direct, I need an answer. Give me numbers, give me roots, give me an answer. I don't really understand why you're evading. But if you're somebody who grew up in certain spaces, certain communities, and you understand the depth of the corrupt networks, and really what he says about putting his family in danger, when even he says something as simple as saying maybe they have 100 taxis. But that's information that's communicated in the business and can be interpreted in a variety of different ways.
Yes, and you somehow saw it from Advocate Matthew Shackleson's face, where he's like, what's the big deal? Just give me the answer. But I mean, like you're saying, a lot of us grew up using transport, especially taxis, and you know just how sensitive certain conversations are. And I think, the chairperson actually made a very good call to say that they can let go of that question, and they'll possibly find a way maybe in future to sort of navigate that sort of questioning and that challenge.
Always very interesting indeed. Whilst we're on this family business, the other thing that stuck out to me was obviously in them trying to ascertain the structure of the business. Then there was the question around the nephew. the nephew who I think is the son to the late brother who's in the taxi business, but that name is not just synonymous with the taxi business. That nephew's name actually comes up in one of those preferred companies.
No, definitely. And if you remember, at the heart of the allegations that have been made against Umashi Dlamini is, tender rigging. And this is also just demonstrated in these text messages that he sort of communicates through Sergeant Gosi with various other people, including the CFO or the suspended CFO of the city of Tshwane. And I think what the commission has really done very clearly today, Bridget, is to sort of show the sort of hand or the role that Umashi Dlamini has somehow played in this tender rigging process. And, today I just feel like, Advocate Matthew Shackleton is really now drawing the picture to say that certain tenders within the city of Tshwane that certain people who did not even work for the city of Tshwane got to know about. And he was also this middleman who would somehow send, these tender bids to somebody who was outside of the city to make sure that they were compliant. And I think this is what Advocate Shackleton has managed to highlight. I mean, we even went back to text messages that were in regards to the EFF. If you remember, he had asked that Sergeant Gosi check with the CFO if these are EFF sort of companies and if that list actually corresponds with the list that the CFO actually has. And I think this is one thing that Advocate Matthew Shackleton has managed to do very well today, is to show that there was tender rigging, and there's evidence to sort of corroborate that sort of evidence to show that Umashi Dlamini, Sergeant Fanny Gosi, as well as the suspended CFO and other people now that are getting mentioned, were actually involved in tender rigging because they were just carelessly, if I could say that, discussing, preferred companies as well as preferred persons which should score that tender.
Absolutely. Final question. This morning, all of these parallel processes happening at the same time. That bail application of suspended EMPD Deputy Chief Julius Mkwanazi and the Ekurhuleni City Manager Kagiso Lerutlwa in Boksburg. Do we know if they got that bail?
No, unfortunately, they have to spend the weekend, the long weekend actually, behind bars. It seems like, they will be hearing if they are going to receive bail on Tuesday. But I think what's significant about this case is I don't think any of us had actually imagined how big it was until, Kagiso was actually arrested and we heard all those allegations that there was some cover-up of a murder, to say. So I think these allegations are very serious. A lot of us thought it emanated from Madlanga Commission, but it seems like there was another issue, in the city of Ekurhuleni. So they'll have to spend, unfortunately, this cold, long weekend behind bars, and they'll definitely know their fate by Tuesday.
Yeah. Sibahle Mota, thank you so much for the time. SABC News reporter. It's day 97 at the Madlanga Commission. It's just gone 20 past 1 o'clock. A quick pause. We come back on the other side, and we look into a new production by the Vuyani Dance Theatre.
Investing shouldn't feel risky. It should give you security and good returns. Earn up to 7.25% interest per annum with an ABSA Cash Invest Tracker for an investment of 100,000 rands or more. Your capital is guaranteed with immediate access to your funds. That's minimum risk, maximum benefit. ABSA Private Banking customers can invest from just R1. Open via the ABSA Banking app, a branch, a private banker, or 0860 111 515. Your story matters. ABSA is an authorized financial services provider. T's and C's apply.
Top Billing is back with a bold new chapter and fresh new faces leading the way. Get ready to experience the world of luxury, travel, design and inspiring stories with their dynamic new presenters. Zozibini Tunzi, Brioni Govender, Ano Grief and Sinami Vuyo Mpulu, bringing their unique style, energy and perspective to every moment. The all-new season of Top Billing premieres on S3 Thursday, the 30th of April at 7 p.m, with repeats on Tuesdays at 9:30 p.m. on SABC1. Top Billing is back and you don't want to miss it.
You're listening to Bridget Masinga on SAFM.
All right, let's get into it. It's a brand new production by the Vuyani Dance Theatre in partnership with Arts Alive, and they present Code DNA, an innovative work opening at the University of Johannesburg. We've got Otto Andile Nhlapo joining us and Sbusiso Shozi, Vuyani Dance Theatre's assistant artistic director and composer and theatre maker respectively. Good afternoon to you, gents. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
It's only a pleasure. Maybe, let's start with you, Otto, because you are the artistic director here, assistant artistic director. Firstly, have you been with Gregory and Vuyani for a while now?
For a while. I think it's been 12 years now. Mm-hmm. Yep. I started with Vuyani on 2013. Yep. Since from there, I started as a dancer.
Yeah.
Then I've graduated to be a senior. I became a result director. Now,
assistant.
I'm an assistant.
Assistant artistic director.
Yes.
Wonderful stuff. 12 years with the company means you've seen it go through all the evolution of the company indeed and grow from strength to strength. And yourself, Spusiso, you've been with the company for a while? Or you're jumping in on this project?
Actually, I'm a guest usually at Vuyani because the first time I worked with Vuyani Dance Theatre was when we were doing a piece called Sion back in 2017. I was invited as a singer, as a performer in the piece. Then gradually as the things and development in my career, then working closely with Otto, with some other things. So he invited me to say, I know that you are composing for other works. I would like us to come and collaborate on specific projects.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Oh, Sion, always a firm favorite. Whenever that production comes to stage, it sells out absolutely immediately. Let's get a sense of Code DNA. Let's get a sense of the concept of this particular showing.
Code DNA, it's a full-length dance piece, which it's accompanied by live score of music. It speaks to the idea of the body that it holds ancestral knowledge, memories, emotions, that the mind that can't recall it all, What inspired the work, I had a question. I've been asking myself, what knowledge that I've learned throughout my years, and what knowledge that it has been passed down on me. So I had that knowledge, and I've been asking that question. I've been asking myself, okay, what is it that I've been learning throughout, and what is it that it's in my blood, And when Greg mentioned that he would like to give me an opportunity to create and have my own season, I thought of what is it that I can share with the world, and I thought to myself, how about I share part of me? How about I share part of my DNA? So that's how it came about.
It's so interesting, when you talk, and I think great creatives often like to explore this conversation around what you're saying, the body being a vehicle and a custodian of memory, of histories, and coded with so much. And then I wonder, how do you begin to translate that into movement, physical movement, and how does it translate into music? Or even taking it one step backwards, perhaps, which of the two come first? Who's responding to who in this duo?
Okay, basically the thinking process is to analyze the context of the subject, to say, what is it that we are tackling together? And then the next thing, as a composer, what I do, I don't usually compose a full structured music. I just only come with the motifs. That has been my strategy when working with dance piece. You just only introduce a motif, and then the embodiment from the dancers are your score, your actual score. When the movement goes this way, what the music can take, which direction music can follow that. Now the dance become a synergy with the music, not a separate entities altogether.
Oh, so if I'm to understand it in my layman's understanding, you almost come with the structure, the musical structure at first, just the framework. And then as the choreography builds and the choreography gets shaped, so too does the music come into it. So you guys are like in a little bit of a tango at any given time. You explore together.
Of course.
Oh, now it's interesting when you work like that, because there's I don't know, is there an innate trust between the two of you when you work like that? Is there moments of debate and challenge also to say, perhaps my music wants to take us this way, so can the physical respond in that way? Or
we always have a conversation, and we always agree to disagree, During the process, we'll sit together and look how things go, because I always say it takes a village, to raise a child. So it's not only our piece, but everyone who's part of it, the whole team, it's our piece. So we're creating together. So also the musicians and the dancers, they also participate and, come with movements, come with sounds, and we'll sit with, we'll say, this one works, that one doesn't work, and if we don't agree, we'll go and sleep on it, come back tomorrow, Ntwana, what do you think? No, let's go this direction. Yeah.
And just to add on that, it will be a foolish approach to think only two minds are the perfect minds, or while you have multiple bodies in this space who can embody what the narrative that you are thinking about, and then you just incorporate the thinking to say, here's a topic, this is our angle of understanding the topic. Through your body, what is it that you understand? By that, we're excavating together in the space, using the people who are in the space in the process. Yeah.
I mean, I want to come back and we continue our conversation on the other side. We just have to take the headline news, and then we'll come back from the 1:30 headlines and continue our chat with Otto Nhlapo and, of course, Busiso Shozi, both of them teaming up to bring us Code DNA, which is a brand new production by Vuyani Dance Theatre. We'll also find the details. The details are this weekend. In fact, as of tonight, the production opens tonight and tomorrow, and tickets are available quick. But we'll come back on the other side and continue, because I want to play a bit of a piece as well from the production, and then you gents can just help us unpack that. That's coming up on The Full Circle with myself, Bridget Masinga.
Thank you, Bridget. On the news headlines, suspended Goruleni Metro Police Deputy Chief Julius Mkwanazi and Goruleni City Manager Kagiso Lerutla will spend another weekend behind bars. Suspended Tshwane Metro Police Department Deputy Chief Umashi Dlamini has been further grilled on the text messages related to a list of 7 companies bidding for a security tender. And the Mudimule Regional Court in Limpopo says the 3 accused in the Palapala matter have cases to answer. A full update follows at the top of the hour.
For 90 years, one voice has informed, challenged, and connected a nation. SAFM, South Africa's national English public radio station. Established in 1936 as the SABC's very first service, the A program, evolving through the English service, Radio South Africa, to SAFM in 1995, shaping thought and strengthening democracy. From a full-spectrum station to a trusted home of news and talk, SAFM continues to lead the conversations 90 years strong. SAFM, leading the conversations that move us. You are listening to The Full Circle.
All right, we're talking Vuyani Dance Theatre's brand new production, Code DNA, and we're in conversation with the theatre's assistant artistic director. Try and say that 30 times. Assistant artistic director and composer, as well as theatre maker Otto Nhlapo joins us, and Busiso Shozi. I just want to see if my producer on the other side is ready with the audio from the production. I want us to play some of that audio and then we'll get into unpacking the actual thing. All right, let's play some audio from Code DNA.
Noma yimibala yesikhumba esifana nesiphoko sesuku. Igazi lisahamba yebo.
That is a little bit of the rehearsal audio from Code DNA, featuring some of your music right there. Well, I mean, featuring your music.
Yes.
Yes. Tell us about that piece.
Okay. That piece is a conclusion for the entire story. It's about body and mind reconcile. Because the piece is structured in, I will say, in four separate parts. The first one is interrogating the breath, the formulation of something that is not then that comes to being. The second one is fracture, when the mind versus the body versus the conformity, the earth conformity, to say the earth. The norms and things that are happening in our lives, they are telling us when we are born, we are being told to do this, but sometimes your body tells you otherwise. So there's a fractured part. The second part, the third part is the convergence, when everything kind of people, they get to understand each other, they not the actual understanding, but feeling each other's synergy, to say, okay, if I feel like this, if you feel like this, the bodies are informing us of what it is. And then the final part is that the song, the words goes, singabantu singumoyo phefumulwa izinkulungwane, meaning we all breathe same breath. It's a common breath that, so it's a conclusion of this interrogation of DNA, of something that were not known yet, excavated and embodied and understanding from the inside to the outside. So this song is about the conclusion of this entire narrative.
I mean, I've not seen the play, obviously, like anybody. I've not seen the play, but as you explain it, I can sort of move through the different moments of it and kind of see it and understand it. And then my last little snippet, to Otto, I'm like, what you say about all of us is sort of breathing collectively this unified breath. I'm like, well, that's Act 2 right there. If there's season 2, because now I'm imagining these dances and these bodies and almost like, coming into each other, leaping into each other, and then just exhaling these breaths together. I could be an artistic director, Otto.
And I think another thing that inspired the song, because we had the question between the two of us, because we started working together since from 2017, and 2023 we created another work titled Man Up. We've been asking each other the connection that we have and the synergy, how we connect when we work, and what is it that brings us together, what is it that makes us understand each other so much. I think it's one thing also that inspired the song. There's a common thread between us.
I love it. So today we're opening on the 24th, and then it's a 2-day run. But as all things with Vuyani, you guys are just testing the waters, and then you'll come back for a full-blown season. So it's a 2-day run for this weekend.
Yes, for this weekend.
Give us the details.
So the show is opening today at 7 p.m. at Joburg UJ. Ki o rapetse William Khositsile. Then tomorrow it's at 3 p.m.
All right. So tomorrow we have a matinee show, 3 p.m. in the afternoon, and then tonight we have a 7 o'clock, and tickets are available at Quicket. It's a Vuyani Dance Theatre production. If there was one person who didn't know that it was in existence, they now know. And if they had one extra chair that somehow was not filled, it's now been filled. So run to Quicket and see if you can't get a last-minute ticket or something. But congratulations on this one, gentlemen. Sounds like an incredible production. And definitely I can't wait to see it in full circuit, because I do know that it's going to be in full circuit. And to you as well, Otto, this being your first full season, and outside of Gregory's Wings and flying by yourself, congratulations on that one. And taking the time to come out here, to be physically here. I know that your schedule is at a time crunch with tonight's opening, so we appreciate that. That was Otto Andile Ndlapo, who is, of course, Vuyani Dance Theatre's Assistant Artistic Director, and Sibusiso Shozi, the man behind all the musical composition for this one. And by the way, he's also got a long list of accolades, having compositions on Shaka Ilembe and Queendom and a bunch of other productions that have gone on to international circuits. So Quicket is where you go to say that, so that you can say, I was the first person that saw Code DNA when everyone else awakens to its fabulousness. It's 2 o'clock, a quick pause, and then we come back on the other side with Nomi Superstar.
Outsurance is saving 27-year-old Liam big bucks on his car insurance.
Saving so much every month, around 640 Rand.
That's an awesome 640 Rand saving on Liam's 2020 Ford Ranger. And after 3 claim-free years, he gets an out bonus.
Definitely getting a lot out.
Get a quote now and see how much money Outsurance could save you. SMS out to 30754. That's out to 30754. Licensed insurer in FSP. TCs and information online.
As we celebrate 90 years of existence, SAFM takes you back to the voices that shaped a nation.
Now leave the SABC and see the tower block lit up, 27 stories of light. Move from Auckland Park into the shadow of the Hillbrow Post Office Tower.
This is the English service of the SABC. Here is the news, read by Patricia Carr. A member of the Planning Committee of the President's Council, Mr. Nick Tuernicht, has been appointed chairman of the Council's Community Relations Community.
90 years of trusted voices. This is SAFM.
All right, Top Billing brings you the very best in lifestyle, luxury and inspiration, from breathtaking homes and dream destinations to exclusive access to the people shaping culture and success. This is where style meets substance and every story shines. Tune in to the new season of Top Billing on S3 Thursdays at 7 p.m. starting from the 30th of April, with repeats on Tuesdays at 9:30 p.m. on SABC1. You can also stream Top Billing live on SABC Plus, available on all app stores and on your smart TV. Top Billing, the best of the good life.
Your weekends now have a rhythm on SAFM. Start your mornings with music of Africa, 3 to 6 a.m. with Sheila Ndikumana. Followed by Bongi Zwane on The Weekend View, 6 to 9, Saturday and Sunday. Then ease into your day with the Alternative Breakfast, 7 to 10 with Khomotso Matunyane and Ndumiso Ngobo. From 10 to 1, it's Seasons with KG Mwekezi. And your afternoon soundtrack comes alive with Ernest Pillay on the soundtrack of your life, 1 to 4 p.m. Drive into the evening with the Classical Fix, 4 to 7 with Dino Maduramutu. Saturday nights, it's Spotlight with Zai Khan, 7 to 9. And on Sunday, stay informed with the Santon Times Hour, 7 to 8. Then revisit the best moments on SAFM Rewind, 8 to 9. Followed by drama and documentary series, 9 to 10. And we round off the weekend in style with the Vinyl Corner with Kitty Petla. Wherever you are in the world, SAFM 104 to 107 is accessible. We're also streaming live on Facebook, X, and YouTube at SAFM Radio. We acknowledge and appreciate everyone tuning in and watching our streams. Stay with SAFM 104 to 107 as we bring you Commission Live, breaking stories, and thought-provoking lectures. SAFM, leading the conversations that move us.
Kathy Mutlatana on the National Briefing.
Clippies, tell us about the meetings you had with her where she was raising questions about corruption in the municipality.
The fact of the matter is she was aware of things that were done wrong. Definitely so. And as far as my knowledge leads me, she did report it to the Hawks. She did make a case against of intimidation at SAPS. So this is a woman that died for standing up for what is right, and this is what a lot of people in the Vaal has been doing for a long time. This is the conduct in Mfuleni.
Bridget Masinga, CEO of the Vaal Business Corporation.
This is Kathy Mutlatana on the National Briefing.
For 90 years, one voice has informed, challenged, and connected a nation. SAFM, South Africa's national English public radio station. Established in 1936 as the SABC's very first service, the A program evolving through the English service, Radio South Africa, to SAFM in 1995, shaping thought and strengthening democracy. From a full-spectrum station to a trusted home of news and talk, SAFM continues to lead the conversations 90 years strong. SAFM, leading the conversations that move us. Stages, pages, screens, and more on The Full Circle. Bridget Masinga on SAFM.
Maybe I should try to play
All right, a little bit of an offering there from Nomi Superstar. Maybe is the track she's in studio, just letting her and the crew settle in. We'll come back on the other side and catch up with her briefly.
Investing shouldn't feel risky. It should give you security and good returns. Earn up to 7.25% interest per annum with an ABSA Cash Invest Tracker for an investment of 100,000 rands or more. Your capital is guaranteed with immediate access to your funds. That's minimum risk, maximum benefit. ABSA Private Banking customers can invest from just R1. Open via the ABSA Banking app, a branch, a private banker, or 0860 111 515. Your story matters. ABSA is an authorized financial services provider. T's and C's apply.
SAFM Music. Good times, good memories.
I'm just like somebody
Old school sounding so good. SAFM Music with you wherever you go.
Top Billing brings you the very best in lifestyle, luxury and inspiration, from breathtaking homes and dream destinations to exclusive access to the people shaping culture and success. This is where style meets substance and every story shines. Tune in to the new season of Top Billing on S3 Thursdays at 7 p.m. starting from the 30th of April, with repeats on Tuesdays at 9:30 p.m. on SABC1. You can also stream Top Billing live on SABC Plus, available on all app stores and on your smart TV. Top Billing, the best of the good life.
Stages, pages, screens, and more on The Full Circle.
All right, she's joining me in the studio. Nomi Superstar is here, award-winning artist and curator, friend of the show. How are you doing, Lady in Green?
I am so good, excited, looking forward to performing with my band for the first time in such a long time. I think we're talking pre-COVID.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the Nomi Superstar band reunites for Sober Fest, and it's going to be incredible. I'm excited. We've been rehearsing, and the music, as you know, is from my new album, Surrender, which is not out yet. There's 3 singles that are out, but the album is not out yet. And this album really follows the journey of my recovery. And to be able to share that music with the recovery community, I think that's really important for me. And it's the music is close, you know, it's visceral, because for me, because I know what I was going through when I wrote it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, Superfest, you've curated this festival featuring your fabulous sister, Thandiswa Mazwai, Malay, DJ Kenzero, Nsiki, your other sisters there, yourself heading up with this incredible crew. It's a great day out. And as you say, it's a day celebrating your journey. A lot of people are going to say, but Nomi, must I come and be sober?
Absolutely, you must come and be sober.
Because why not, right?
Because why not?
Yeah.
And it is such a beautiful festival. It's all indoors. It is for a very small audience.
Intimate.
Very intimate audience. We're talking 500 people. Space is limited.
Yeah.
This is a very rare occasion when you get to see Thandiswa Mazwai live, and you are so few that you know each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where now it's a personal show for you. Malay is performing, and I think this is a lot of people have not seen Thandiswa Mazwai perform to less than 3,000 people.
Yeah.
So this is a very intimate, and for me, and it's a family festival, and the reason why it's a family festival is because my family are the reason why I'm sober today. You know, I was really not doing well. I was drinking a lot, and my sister took me to rehab, and I didn't want to go. And my alcoholism had such a profound impact on my family. Addiction and alcoholism affect families. And so Soberfest is a family festival. Your children are catered for. Everybody's well taken care of. Everybody is there to have a good time. And it's a family festival because in order to cure this scourge, and for all the listeners,
we have double the global average when it comes to substance abuse. 5 to 10% of our GDP, the whole thing, is lost to substance abuse and all the related things around alcoholism and substance abuse. We have a problem, South Africa. We do. And it's a problem that can be addressed. There is a solution. There is a freedom, a new freedom, which can be found in substance-free living. And so for us to have it as a family festival, my family have been my cheerleaders, and they continue to cheerlead for me as I embark on this journey of sharing the good news that no matter where an addict is in your family, no matter what's going on, there is a solution. We can find a new freedom. And that's what Soberfest is all about. It's about unlocking that new freedom. So do not waste time. Go and get your ticket. Tickets are available from Web Tickets and Pick and Pay. Do not waste time. Go and get your ticket because it's a really special show. And we, once they're sold out, they're sold out. We're not going to do any more extra.
I love the fact that, as you say, it's a family affair. I mean, the last time I celebrated your sister's 50th which was never ending. I went to Carnival. She's always on a big platform, and you were there, and Siki was there, you were supporting, but it's a big concert, it's a big show. This is like being with the Mazwais in their backyard. If you've ever been curious to be like, what are they like when they get together ekaya? This is that show, and it might not repeat again, because schedules might not allow again.
Oh yes, no. The three sisters coming together. This is a serendipitous moment,
and also coming together in song and community.
And in this community. I think it's very important. And so, for those of you who've always been curious, you've gotten a nice look into what our sisterhood looks like, how we carry each other, how we guide each other, how we help each other. And the problem of addiction in South Africa, the real issue here is because we've dehumanized addiction, we've dehumanized addicts. It's like a mapara abonyawope kind of vibe. And it becomes very difficult for people with family members who are addicts or addicts themselves to admit and to try and get help. Must remember, alcoholics and addicts don't look the same. Guys, you can't tell me that you thought I was an alcoholic before I told you.
Yeah, I never thought it. and I see Nomi at least twice a year.
But it was, for me, it was a coping mechanism. We shared last time I was here. I've been unemployed for 6 years. It was just, I couldn't understand it. You were just talking about Madlanga now. Whenever I used to see corruption stories, I'm a young person who is well educated, who qualifies for jobs, and I'm honest, and I had been unemployed for so long. I'm a scarce skill. And watching these things, the Madlangas and all of them, all the corruption and how people are in those positions, I was in despair. I was so depressed. I did not see a way out. I did not see a future for myself and my children because I'm a mother. And recovery saved my life, completely saved my life. And when I got sober, I realized there's so few spaces where, as sober people or sober curious, that we can really enjoy an artist like Tandiswa, an artist like Malay, in an environment where there are no triggers. Because it's hard for us, guys. If you are an alcoholic or you're a drug addict, it's hard. And we need those spaces that encourage, or that where we don't have to keep reminding ourselves, imagine maphumile every time funeka uzikhumbuze. So we need that environment.
It's a very important message, and I wish our time wasn't eaten up by the logistics of trying to get everything sorted in studio, because we have to get to the news and then we have to get to the other conversations on the other side. But I want a little bit of the Tandiswa Mazwai. I'm saying it to Tandiswa Mazwai. The Nomi Superstar Band coming together. So can you sing us into the top of the hour news?
Lovely. Let's do it. See you at Soberfest, everybody. Go. See you on the 26th. This is Sunday. Play. Oh, there's no sound coming out. Can you hear it? It's playing. Just play. You can't hear it? All right. Then we're going to go a cappella. This is a song that I wrote called Surrender, and it's really about what I was going through. I wanted to keep my eyes closed. What I didn't know could hurt me. So many things that I did, I said. A lot of it unremembered. Somehow open my eyes, I face the truth and it released me. My voice I found was filled with pride and honor. I surrender. See you on Sunday, everybody, at Soweto Theatre. Tickets available now from Web Tickets and Pick and Pay. Tech will be on point on Sunday. You will meet us there, and we will have a great time together. Remember to get your tickets for Sober Fest. Woo!
On the top stories, EMPD Zumkwanazi remains behind bars and tensions in NATO over lack of support for U.S. operations in Iran. For SAFM News, I am Ondelambana, and a very good day. Suspended Ekurhuleni Metro Police Deputy Chief Julius Mkhwanazi and Ekurhuleni City Manager Kagiso Lerutla will spend another weekend behind bars. This follows the postponement of the ruling in their bail application to next Tuesday in the Boksburg Magistrates Court. The defense team has again dismissed the state's assertion that the accused would interfere with the investigation and intimidate witnesses if they were released on bail. However, defense lawyer Mike Helens has argued that granting the accused bail is in the best interest of justice.
There is insufficient content in the state's sole ground of opposition to bail, namely interference with state witnesses. How there is a culpable homicide case without a body, when the body was found, whether it was removed, what on earth happened to the body, there's just nothing. This miasma of vague allegation.
Suspended Tshwane Metro Police Department Deputy Chief Umashi Dlamini has been further grilled on the text messages related to a list of 7 companies bidding for a security tender. He's testifying before the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry in Pretoria. In the messages, Dlamini asked suspended Organised Crime Unit member Fani Nkosi to verify with suspended Tshwane Chief Finance Officer Gareth Mnisi, whom he prefers. This includes companies linked to the Red Berets associated to CIC Juju, but Commissioner Sesi Baloyi put it to Dlamini that there were in fact 2 separate lists that he had asked Mnisi to compare.
You know that the CFO has that list, and what you are doing with your message is saying to Sergeant Nkosi, the CFO should compare that list, which you know he has from the CIC, compare it with this list that you say was given to you by Muzi and Sipo. That's what your message is conveying.
No, Commissioner. Sipo and Muzi came to me and said we have a list from the CIC that we have given to the CFO.
The state in the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial says witnesses have collaborated. The confession of one of the accused, Bongani Danzi, is under cross-examination in the High Court in Pretoria, where he is standing trial alongside 4 co-accused. The 5 men are charged with the killing of the former Bafana captain in October 2014 in Vosloorus, east of Johannesburg. State prosecutor George Baloyi says Danzi's alleged confession places him and his co-accused Mthobisi Mncube at the crime scene.
Mr. Ntanzi, when we were dealing with the confession made before Lieutenant Kona Rapaju, we referred you to the evidence of people who were in the house, in particular Ms. Zandile Kumalo and Jumelo Madlala, who testified that two intruders entered the house, that one was armed and had dreadlocks. The second intruder was taller than the armed intruder, and they identified you as the second intruder.
The Mudimule Regional Court in Limpopo says the three accused in the Palapala matter have cases to answer. Magistrate Peter Mantata has dismissed defense lawyers' application to have charges dropped. He's also questioned how one of the accused, Emanuela David, amassed wealth in US dollars that he used to buy property. David, Joseph's siblings, Floriana and Dilinasho, are being tried for the theft of $580,000 US dollars from President Cyril Ramaphosa's farm in Bilabila in February 2020. Mantata says that the evidence that the state has presented warrants that the accused be tried.
I believe that I exercise my discretion judicially, not capriciously or without regional basis. Considering the principles laid down in the above cases, I find that accused 2 and 3 also have a case to answer.
The Pentagon is reported to be considering options for punishing NATO allies over their perceived failure to support U.S. combat operations in Iran. Some members did not grant access to bases and denied overflight rights. Sanctions include pushing for Spain's suspension from NATO. The BBC's Frank Gardner has the details.
There are 2 U.S. bases in Spain. One is the naval base at Rota, and the other is the air base at Maron. Whether or not the US has the ability, as one obviously very important member of NATO, to kick Spain out of the alliance, it would be counterproductive to the United States. Those are very useful bases for them, trying to kick or suspend Spain from the alliance. It would be cutting off its nose to spite its face.
Recapping the top story, suspended Guruleni Metro Police Deputy Chief Julius Mkwanazi and Guruleni City Manager Kagiso Lerutla will spend another weekend behind bars. I'm on Delambano for SFM News Headlines at 2:30.
If we have rights, shouldn't we also have opinions? SAFM, leading the conversations that move us. The Full Circle with Bridget Masinga, Monday to Friday, 1 to 3 p.m. This Freedom Month, we reflect, we remember, and we celebrate how far we've come. 30 years into democracy, South Africa continues to shape a future grounded in justice, equality, and opportunity for all, under the theme Freedom and the Rule of Law. 30 years of democratic citizenship. SAFM will bring you all things freedom, the voices, the stories, and the conversations that matter. Join us as we honor the journey and explore what freedom means today. SAFM, leading the conversations that move us. You're listening to Bridget Masinga on SAFM. You are listening to The Full Circle.
Down
Bridget Masinga on SAFM.
Don't feel me. Shakana coming through with Take It Back to the Beach, and we thought we'd play a little bit of a something that makes us feel as though we are someplace warmer, someplace tropical, someplace that's experiencing summer versus being under the grip of this coldness, this autumn that has clearly cemented itself and is marking the beginnings of winter. I also know that Cape Town has been under the grips of a really cold spell that's accompanied by that bitter wind in Cape Town. Not too sure what the rest of the country is doing at the moment weather-wise, but just a little bit of an escapism for our minds, at least for a moment. It's 10 past 2 o'clock and it's Friday, so we thought let's catch up with Usiwela Langeni as per usual around about this time, and we're looking at the Book Circle, the latest book offerings from the co-founder of Book Circle Capital and author of Making Friends with Feelings. How are you doing this afternoon, Usiwela?
I'm good, thanks, and you, Bridget?
I'm fantastic. I mean, I'm better now because just tricked my mind to dealing with this cold.
Yes.
It's a good time for book clubs as well. I think this is when book clubs become quite robust and quite active when we are into the cold months.
Exactly, and most clubs they know each other so well that they can even host each other at home. So it's more comfy, or in private spaces where they're comfortable with each other. So yeah, definitely it is a good time to meet, and we know Saturday Book Club is big.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about the 3 books that you've got in store. Is it 2 books today?
It's 2 books actually. So the first book is brand spanking new. The other book, we're going to have Mampasika on the line, and you and I and her can then talk about intimate you. But the first book is Inheritance by Dr. Atambile Masola. It's work of poetry. She's no stranger to our conversations, Bridget. She's part of the people who translated that Biko book that we spoke about, which is now available. You know, I Write What I Like. It's now available in isiXhosa. She's done in Bokodo, those women series that Jakana did, you know. And then lately they've done a book together with Dr. Xolisa Guzula, Together Apart. She's also co-edited Noni Jabavu, a book that was done with Professor Makosa Zanaklava. So Inheritance is a poetic cry from the heart of a people waiting on the broken promises of comfort, security, and justice. It's a window into the lives of Black women in South Africa right now. It's a deft dance between self-care and recrimination, between, you know, free love and society, between the shadows of the past and the dim light of the just as complicated present. So she is a poet, an academic, and this book was actually first written in isiXhosa, I think about 2-3 years ago. It's called Ilifa, where she recites the poems in isiXhosa. She does this historical reimagining and questioning the meaning of freedom in a society that's openly hostile to women, where, you know, apartheid has been replaced by this ominous oppression and these daring contemporary inventive poems, which are now available in English. So it's just landed, and we have the pleasure, she's Cape Town based, so we have the pleasure of hosting her in June. To all the people who follow her work, we will be launching this poetry collection.
Oh, wow. I mean, I think even the engagement in June is going to be quite a broad one, considering just the legacy she's got in literature that transcends this collection of poetry.
Yes, I mean, her work is around, you know, feminism, and she brings us. Oh, I forgot another book she was part of, which we've spoken about. Inyati Iluzwa Kwaba Pambi.
Yes,
she's part of the contributors there as well. So highlighting the plight of women in the current society, while also bringing back women from the past and the role that they've played in shaping what we are. So it's going to be such a beautiful event. I can already, see it, where some poems are read in isiXhosa and then another person reads in English. We get that transportation between the two languages. I think it's just going to be so beautiful.
Absolutely. Now, our second guest on the line, I mean, you always do these introductions, Siwela, so let's not deviate from the norm.
Yeah.
Let's let you introduce Pasi to us.
Yes, so we spoke about this book in February, Bridget, in the month of love, because that's when it was launched. Mapasika is a broadcaster. She's a journalist who's got, tons of experience in relationship coaching and leadership coaching. But today we get to talk to her about her book, Intimate You. So that's my intro, and welcome, Pasi, to our book circle with Bridget on the Full Circle.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
We appreciate the time. Thank you for taking the time to join us today. Unpacking your latest contribution, your latest baby, Intimate You. I think it's been a long time coming, Mapaseka, for anybody who's followed your broadcast career. The wellness of relationships has been a topic of conversation you've been preoccupied with, at least for as long as I've been listening to you on radio.
So true, Bridget. It's been years that we've been talking about this, and in fact, writing the book was in response to the number of people who had said to me, come on, you've got to give us a book, at least let's get this, in written format and all of that. So it's been amazing to see it go out. It was lovely to write it. I just was so scared. It feels good. It's doing well.
Yeah. I mean, let's talk about the journey of being an author before we even get into the contents. It's interesting when you say, it was a long time coming. It was something that was inevitably going to happen. I think whether you surrendered to it or not, someone somewhere was going to drag you into doing it. But you are not somebody that one would associate necessarily with using the words saying that, I was so scared to venture into something like that, because that's not the personality that anyone gets from you.
I think even the fear that comes with it, I think it was more of jumping into something totally new. And you know what you're talking about, you understand what you're talking about, but you're bringing in a totally new medium now. And I think that's where the fear comes in, because at the same time, you don't want to disappoint anybody, and you want to make sure that you put in everything that is worth going into the book. So just making sure that the book is the right book that's going out was just a big thing for me.
Yeah. A quick pause, and then we'll come back on the other side, ladies, and continue our conversation. It is the Book Circle with our guest and contributor, as always, Usiwela Langeni. And of course, joining us today is now author Mapaseka Mukweli as we talk Intimate You. It's fast approaching 20 past 2 o'clock. A quick one, and then we'll be right back.
Spar Winner Car is back. Stand a chance to win one of 50 Hyundai Extras when you buy participating products. Like 500 gram Clover Bacho Butter Spread for $79.99, save 15 Rand. Or 850 gram Parmalat pre-packed cheese, including 800 gram President Mature cheese for $129.99, save 20 Rand. Price is valid from 22 April till 10 May. Shop, swipe and win while stocks last. Only at Spar. T's and C's apply.
SAFM supports a litter-free South Africa. Play your part in keeping our surroundings and environment clean. SAFM, leading the conversation. Bridget Masinga is streaming live now on Facebook, YouTube and X at SAFM Radio.
All right, we continue our conversation with Usiwela Langeni and, of course, Mapaseka Mukweli, author of Intimate You, radio and television broadcaster, also certified. And Mapaseka, I don't actually want to give the qualification because I might just do it wrong. But I remember you doing your honors in, our previous lives, our previous homes across the pond. And I remember you doing your honors, and it spoke to exactly what you're doing now. So you're not just talking here just purely based out of radio experience, engaging couples and professionals, but But you decided that actually I'm going to get down into, the academic know-how of it all as well.
Yeah. Actually, my honors was in media and journalism, and then I went and did a master's in coaching and management, coaching and executive coaching, and that's me into the industry. But I think the biggest thing about doing that, Bridget, was for me to just be clear with what I'm doing and what I'm talking about. Because if you're dealing with people, you don't want to mess around with that, know? And the coaching space is such a space that people rely on you to bring out the best in them. So you've really got to know what you're doing, and that's why I went back and did my master's.
Now, in the book, and Suella, please jump in at any point. This is not just my conversation. In the book, you start off with positioning the importance of a relationship with self before any other relationship. Let's unpack that a little bit, because some people struggle with that concept.
Yeah. For me, the biggest thing, Bridget, is that if your relationship with self actually dictates the type of relationships you're going to have with others. So if you are not clear with who you are and understanding what you like, where you come from. So at the backbone of the book, really, I talk about, and the acronym is CHIA, coined by my husband. It's choice, honesty, intention, and awareness. And it's those you can work on yourself. So you make a choice to be present on a daily basis. You make a choice to say, I want to do this, I want to go there, I want to be in this relationship. And then you are honest with yourself. That's such a big thing, because people are able to, ask people questions but not be honest with themselves. You've got to be able to stand in front of the mirror and actually say, what is happening here? Where am I? How do I fit in here? How do I feel about it? Then there's the intention of wanting to be in a relationship and wanting a relationship with yourself as well. We have to be intentional about such, because if you're not intentional about it, then things are happening to you. You're not doing things, Then there's the awareness. And for me, that's such a big thing. That awareness will tell you what triggers you. It will tell you what drives you. It will tell you what you react to. So you watch somebody in an argument, for example, and in a simple argument, the question, they react in a certain way. And my question is always, why that? How did you get that? So you find somebody jumping and saying, how could you? But when you turn around, you say, but hold on, why did that trigger you so much? What is it about what this person said that put you there, And then somebody will say, yeah, and it's so out of character for me, but then it's something that you're probably not aware of that does, grind you. Why are we not dealing with it up front? If we know those things up front, we also then are able to understand that when people try and trigger you, because they will try you, but when they do try you, you're able to just look and, remember the penguins in Madagascar that just say, well, smile and wave, smile and wave. Literally what you end up doing, because you realize that this is not my circus, not my monkeys. I don't have to be part of it. I don't have to be part of this problem, and I can relieve myself of that problem. But you can't do that if you don't know yourself very well.
Absolutely. It's so interesting, because when we have these conversations with Usiwela, whether we're talking about book titles and authors, we often reflect also on the social media reactions when authors are on tour. And I saw just a snippet, and I try not to make any judgment from snippets that I see on social media. I saw a snippet of a conversation you had on Engineer Your Life with Ulungelo, and tracked the conversation. And it was interesting to me how people brought up your relationship journey with T-Boz, which you've been very open and honest about over the years. And in interrogating the CHIA model and the putting yourself first, a lot of folks said, well, where was that all those years back? And what makes her say that now we must put ourselves first? People are very uncomfortable with that concept, Mapaseka, of in a relationship, you are just as important as the union. So it's a twofold question also, Uti. As an author, how do you balance vulnerability with oversharing? And how does that also help the process?
Yeah. And Bridget, you're so spot on with people then wanting to bring your past into it and all of that. And my response has always been, this is why I know what I know now. Because if I knew then what I know now, I probably would have not have gone through that. That's why I'm able to talk about it and say, this is the experience, this is what I've learned. But, I also say you put yourself out there. When I had that conversation with Lungelo, it was such a beautiful conversation. Not everybody will like it, and that's okay too. But to those that it resonates with, then you continue the discussion. But to those that it doesn't and they want to shut it out, it's okay at that point, because that's where they're at. And that for me is also not such a bad thing. I think I've gotten to a point where I know what I'm putting out, and I trust in that to say, when you are ready, you will see it. And that's fine, and you'll love it and you'll enjoy it. If you want to, if you are there, but you've got to be intentional. You've got to make the choice to actually want to see these changes. And I said to somebody else who was saying to me, but yeah, you went through a divorce. And I said, yes, I did. I went through a divorce with my husband and we remarried because then we didn't know what we know. In fact, if I had a book like this before, it would have been such a beautiful time for me, at least. I would not have gone through a lot of the things that I went through. But it's also lovely to hear the conversations. I've said, if I can spark a conversation amongst people about relationships, then I'm doing well. And however you want to take the relationship or the direction of the relationship, that's yours and that's your business. But the fact that we've started the conversation says we've sparked something in you. And with time, you will start asking yourself the questions. It's one thing as well that people will write on social media or say what they say out there. But when you're alone in your own space, you have the time to stop and think about who you really are and what you want.
Absolutely.
How are you going to use your time?
Absolutely. In our final 2 minutes, it's a pocketbook. Intimate to you. It's a pocketbook. Siwela, I always ask you, Uguti, how do people engage different topics and themes in different formats in literature? The benefits of having a pocketbook, and I hope it's a workable pocketbook as well.
It's a very, very workable pocketbook. I'm currently reading it as I'm preparing for our conversation tomorrow with Mapasika at Book Circle Capital. Literally, you can do 2 to 3 chapters in less than 30 minutes. But I've been deliberately slowing down because at the end of each chapter, there's an opportunity to answer questions and journal. Because as Mapasika is saying, you have to almost reflect by yourself. As you two were talking, I remember that movie, Jerry Maguire, You Complete Me. That pulled a number on us because Mapasika is challenging this whole thing of somebody else completing you. So I love that it's bite-sized, but it's powerful enough to force you to think and to reflect on how you want to show up first for yourself and then in a relationship. So I think the pocketbook idea was an awesome choice.
Oh, thank you so much. I must say the interesting thing for me, Bridget, was the pocketbook part of it is I wanted somebody to be able to get on a flight with it in their bag and be comfortable enough to sit there and read it and make sense. And you know what I mean? Not a big book that's going to be clunky and difficult for you to carry around. That's how the pocketbook came about. And also I wanted it to be an easy enough book to walk around anywhere with it. Let it be our Bible to relationships with self and relationships with others.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on this project. I hope we go on to reprint after reprint after reprint.
Yes.
Tomorrow, Book Circle Capital at 2:00 for that conversation. Everyone's invited. Siwela, do they have to RSVP?
They can RSVP on bookcirclecapital@gmail.com, but as usual, they can also just show up.
Fantastic stuff. And when you get to the door and they say that it's maxed out, just say, no. She said that I'm more than welcome.
Bridget is my witness.
Actually, call her by name. You can call her by name. I know Siwela. She said I can come.
Absolutely. Ladies, thank you so much for the conversation. That was Siwela Langeni, co-founder of Book Circle Capital, and of course, author and broadcaster Mapaseka Mukweli. That book is out, Intimate You, and you can join the conversation tomorrow at Book Circle Capital at 2:00. I know that her launch right here, hosted by Radio 2000 a couple of months ago, was oversubscribed. So if you missed it, it might be a great opportunity for you. Grab your partner. Go together, go do some work in a safe and comfortable space with some other people sharing a similar journey. Might be a way for you to spark a conversation driving back home or driving to lunch afterwards where you decide, actually, let's go talk a little bit more about certain things. 2:30, Onda Lambane standing by with the headline news, and then we'll go into Nalibali.
Thank you, Bridget. On the news headlines, President Cyril Ramaphosa says the decision to establish the International Panel on Inequality is one of the most consequential outcomes of Africa's G20 Leaders Summit held last year. Suspended Ekurhuleni Metro Police Deputy Chief Julius Mkwanazi and Ekurhuleni City Manager Kagiso Lerutla will spend another weekend behind bars. And the BBC has uncovered evidence that women who were abused by Jeffrey Epstein were housed by him in at least 4 London flats. A full update follows at the top of the hour.
Are we ready for a real conversation? SAFM, leading the conversations that move us. The soundtrack of your life with Ernest Pillay.
Some songs take you back instantly to your first love, a road trip, or just simpler times. The soundtrack of your life with me, Ernest Pillay, is where timeless hits and forgotten favorites come together to tell your story. It's not just music, it's memories, moments, and the meaning behind this jam.
Don't you change someone by night.
Rediscover the songs that shaped your journey. Tune in to The Soundtrack of Your Life with me, Ernest Pillay, Saturdays and Sundays, 1 to 4 p.m., only on SAFM 104 to 107 nationwide.
Standing on his own.
This program is brought to you by SABC Education. And if you miss any of our programs, you can catch up anytime on the SABC Plus app or on the SABC Plus website, www.sabcplus.com. Brought to you by SABC Education. Enriching minds, enriching lives.
Hello, friends, and welcome to Nali Bali. Do you have a pet at home? Maybe a dog, a cat, a bird, or even a little fish? Pets are not just animals. They are part of our family, and they need our love and care every day. Taking care of our pets means feeding them, giving them clean water, keeping their space safe, and of course, playing with them so they feel happy. Pets can't talk like we do, so they depend on us to keep them healthy and loved. When we care for our pets, we learn responsibility, kindness, and gentleness. And the best part is pets give us love right back. They wag their tails, purr, chip, or swim around happily to show they're thankful. So let's remember that caring for our pets is more than just fun. It's a promise to look after them. Now it's time to listen to today's story called The Missing Puppy, written by Vuyo Kazingemtu. But before we listen to today's story, let's all get up and... Dance! Yewanda's dog Lulu was a beautiful Maltese poodle that followed her everywhere. Ikole, Yewanda's brother, used to tease her that Lulu was a shadow. Yewanda would stick out her tongue and roll her eyes at him.
Ugh, it's not my fault animals don't like you, Ikole.
Stop it, children,
said Mama. But of course, they'd pick it up again another time. One morning, Yewanda put some dark biscuits in Lulu's dish and called for her to come and eat.
Oh, Lulu, breakfast time,
she shouted. Lulu never took longer than a few seconds to come running, yet 5 minutes passed, and she was nowhere to be seen. Yewanda looked everywhere. She picked under her bed, looked in the garage and the bathroom, searched under the kitchen table in the garden, but no Lulu.
Where could she be?
Yewanda cried. Mama helped her look. At first, Ikole made fun of his sister for being so sad about a dog.
Maybe she grew tired of always following behind you.
He said, laughing in her face.
You don't know what you're talking about. Lulu loves me.
Sure.
She said, shoving him.
Enough, both of you. Fighting won't help you find Lulu.
Mama said, breaking them apart.
What if we put flyers around the neighborhood?
Asked Yewande.
Yeah, that's a good idea. What about offer reward?
Teased her brother.
That's not a bad idea, you know,
said Mama.
Yes. In fact, you're good at drawing, Ikole. Take this picture of Lulu, make a sketch of it, and give it to me in an hour.
When Mama and Yewande came back later, they couldn't believe their eyes.
Oh, wow, Ikole, that's very good,
said Mama. Yewande agreed. The picture looked just like her Lulu. Mama made a poster with missing dog written in bold. She offered a handsome cash reward for any information leading to Lulu's safe return. The three of them spent the afternoon putting up posters all over town. In no time at all, people were arriving at their home with dogs they said they were Lulu so they could claim the reward. But none of the dogs were Lulu. Ikole felt sorry for his sister and tried to cheer her up.
Hey, Yewande, come on. Let's play soccer in the yard. What do you say?
He said, offering his sister his ball. Yewande shook her head.
No thanks. I'm not in the mood to play.
She said. She wasn't interested in borrowing his phone either, or his favorite jacket which she always begged him for. A few days later, when Ikole was coming back from school, he saw something that made him blink and rub his eyes. Right there, looking at him through the back window of a blue car, was his sister's dog.
What? Lulu! Lulu!
He shouted. The dog started barking and jumping up and down happily. The strange man sitting in the driver's seat noticed this and got out of the car.
Hey, what are you doing? Stop calling my dog,
said the stranger.
What? No, that's my sister's dog, not yours,
said Ikole.
Yona-san, are you talking back to me?
Asked the man angrily. Ikole didn't move. Instead, he started screaming for help and a crowd gathered.
Hey, what's the problem?
Asked the policeman.
This child is claiming that the dog is his. I think he just wants my dog,
said the stranger.
Young man, what's going on here?
Asked the policeman.
Sir, that's my sister's dog, Lulu. She got Lulu when she was 2 years old, sir.
What nonsense! You do know you can get in trouble for lying, right?
Said the stranger, turning back to his own car.
No, sir, but I'm not lying. Look, you see, I even made a picture of Lulu in my pocket. Here you go.
Ikole said, handing one of the missing dog posters to the policeman. The policeman looked at the picture carefully and then at the dog. The two looked very similar.
Sir, what is your dog's name and where did you get her?
The policeman asked the stranger.
This is Chi-Chi, and she's been in my family for 7 years,
said the stranger, speaking quietly while trying to get back into his car.
I'll tell you what. Take the dog out of the car and we'll see who she really goes to when both of you call her name.
The stranger didn't look pleased at all. He hesitated and then took the dog out of the car.
Chi-Chi, come here, girl. Chi-Chi, come.
He said repeatedly. After he put the dog on the ground, the dog looked confused and a bit afraid. It whined and looked from him to Ikole.
Here, Lulu. Here, come, Lulu. Come. Lulu, come. Lulu, come.
Said Ikole. Immediately, the dog ran towards Ikole, her tail wagging excitedly. She bounced up and down at Ikole's feet. The stranger was upset.
This is unfair. The boy must be using magic or something,
he said. The policeman wasn't fooled.
Get away before I arrest you for lying about owning this dog.
The man rushed off to his car. Ikole scooped up the dog and quickly rushed home. He couldn't wait to see his sister's face when she saw Lulu. Yewande was overcome with joy. After hugging and crying over Lulu, she turned to Ikole and gave him the biggest hug.
Well, I'm glad your shadow's back, Yewande.
Ikole said,
All because of you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you so much.
And so we come to the end of another Nali Bali story time. Today's story was called The Missing Puppy, written by Vuyo Kazingemdu. Did you know that reading and telling stories to children at home can help them do better at school? If you want free stories to read to your children or for your children to enjoy on their own, visit the Nali Bali website www.nalibali.org or Mobi site www.nalibali.mobi. You will find stories in 11 South African languages as well as tips for reading and sharing stories with your children to grow their potential. Also look out for the bilingual Nali Bali Reading for Enjoyment supplement with great children's stories and activities, available in newspapers. Nali Bali, it starts with a story.
If you miss any of our programs, you can catch up anytime on the SABC Plus app or on the SABC Plus website, www.sabcplus.com. Brought to you by SABC Education, enriching minds, enriching lives. Stages, pages, screens, and more on The Full Circle.
All right, a quick catch up with Hendrik Becker, executive head of the Drakensberg Boys Choir, and they've got Music in the Mountains, the music festival happening, taking place from tonight, the 24th of April, to Monday, the 27th of April, themed Hope, Heritage and Harmony. How are you doing this afternoon, Hendrik?
Very well, thank you. Good afternoon, and thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you. We appreciate the time. So Music in the Mountains 2026, it's opening tonight. Tell us more.
It's a wonderful weekend of music. We're celebrating our heritage and South African culture. So we start this evening with a concert by the Drakensberg Boys Choir, the opening gala evening. And it will just be a performance that weaves sacred choral works in African repertoire and contemporary favorites into a comprehensive celebration of the choir's identity, South African identity. And that will be followed with a whole weekend of music. We have a highlight tomorrow evening. We have the Queen show with one of our celebrated ex-jockeys, Warren Vernon Driscoll. So that will be a super evening of Queen greatest hits with choral arrangements, exciting rock energy. So definitely a highlight. Between we have, sorry, you.
No, go ahead. You're giving us the itinerary.
We have Voice of Unity concerts. So Voice of Unity, it's a collaborative project that we have with about 16 choirs from across the country that will perform on our stage this weekend. Choirs from Durban, the Midlands, Gauteng, even the Free State and Northwest. And the idea is to give these choirs an opportunity to perform on our stage, and then the choir also joins them for one or two songs. And it's more than just a performance. It's moments of shared identity, just celebrating choral music, and just to remind us that music connects people on a lasting level.
Absolutely. I mean, it's essentially it is 1, 2, 3, 4 days of music feasting, on the invite of Drakensberg Boys Choir. And I presume that the bulk of the days follow a similar itinerary, and then Monday has a slight nuance to it.
Yes, so Monday we closed the festival with a special Thanksgiving service by Angus Buchan. in the morning, and then we will close the whole festival with one last choir performance by the Drakensberg Boys Choir just to wrap it up. But a highlight definitely for Monday would be celebrating our heritage with a special message from Angus Buck, and the theme for his morning would be hope and harmony.
So in terms of the festival, how is it broken down by way of ticketing access? Is an individual able to buy for one day or get an entire full day pass?
Yeah, no, all the concerts are sold individually. So on our school's website, there's a link to web tickets where you can book for all the shows. Tonight, the gala evening tonight is fully booked, as well as the Queen show, but there are plenty of tickets available on some of the other shows, and they're all individually available on web tickets. The easiest is to go to the school's website and find the link there.
Let's talk about matters of weather, because whenever we have these big weekends and then we make plans of sorts, festivals and concerts and shows, then the weather comes and disrupts everything. Let's allay some of the concerns that our listeners might be thinking. I want to come out, I want to enjoy the music, but I'm not too sure what the weather's like.
Yeah. Luckily in the Drakensberg, the weather never ruins anything. The more it rains, the prettier the mountain becomes. And we have a big auditorium, so all the concerts are indoors. And even the market, we have a big marquee tent where all are in, and the foods and the drinks. So there's enough protection against the rain. But the weather is looking good today. There's an overcast and there's a drizzle every now and again. According to the weather forecast, tomorrow and Sunday are going to be sunny days, and then late Monday afternoon there's a bit of rain again. So it looks like we're going to have a wonderful weekend, a sunny weekend in Drakensberg.
Wonderful stuff. So just to reconfirm, the school website would be?
It's dbchoir.com.
dbchoir.com, and that's simple
Correct.
enough. dbchoir.com is where you go, and if you do perhaps want to speak to an individual, if there's something that you want to ask, they also have a contact phone number, 036 468 1012. That's 036 468 1012. Otherwise, dbchoir.com to experience the music in the mountains music festival. It's taking place, opening tonight, Friday the 24th, with the gala dinner concert, but that's sold out. Titled Drakensberg Boys Choir of Hope, Heritage and Harmony. And then, of course, the concert continues tomorrow, Sunday, as well as Friday, with that special morning service that's led by Angus Butchin between 9 and 10 before the concert follows from 11 until midday. Thank you so much for the time, Hendrik. There was Hendrik Becker, Executive Head of the Drakensberg Boys Choir. It's fast approaching 10 to 2 o'clock. A quick pause from our end, and then we'll come back on the other side.
The National Pulse, weekdays, 3 to 6 p.m.
Let's start, obviously, with the country we're in right now, South Africa. What does it say about South Africa?
South Africa, we pretty much, Ashraf, it's probably quite similar to what we've seen the last few years, and maybe a little more concerning this time around because of what we're seeing at the Midlanga Commission. So, we know South Africa's got this amazing constitution, policies, legislation. You and I have spoken about this, things that have a strong commitment to human rights, but we are failing. Our government is failing in implementation, lack of accountability, corruption, and this all affects the delivery of services.
Genevieve Quintal, the Amnesty International South African Media and Communications Officer.
Ashraf Garda on SAFM. You are listening to The Full Circle.
All right, as we begin to wind down on the show today, we were talking earlier with Usbahle Mota around day 97 at the Midlanga Commission of Inquiry. And that commission, as you know, is looking into corruption, criminality and political interference with the country's criminal justice system, including police, the intelligence and the judiciary, and also extended to particular metros in and around, for now, Gauteng. But I get the feeling the mandate of the commission, considering how tirelessly they are working and the fruits of their efforts are being seen in real time, might just be broadened beyond just Gauteng at some point. Today we saw suspended Tshwane Metro Police Department Deputy Chief Uma Shedlamini, and he's been back on the witness stand with Advocate Matthew Charkelson leading Dlamini's evidence. He's accused of influencing an 800 million rand security contract and is alleged to have favored specific service providers, including a company known and owned by his brother, to secure a contract. He's told the commission today that his brothers had a close relationship with the late alleged Big Five cartel leader, Jonathan Mswazi Msibi. And then, of course, he's contradicted himself also in testimony of suspended CFO Gareth Umnisi, who was at the commission last week, who previously said that the purchase orders were created after work had begun or been completed. But Dlamini today telling the commission that purchase orders for service providers in the city of Tshwane are made before services are rendered. Let's rewind back to some of the highlight moments from this morning's sessions.
My first question is, if you receive information that someone has taken a bribe to rig a tender, is that your responsibility to action as head of internal affairs?
If that's reported, SC.
If that's recorded?
If that's reported, that's got a complainant in that regard.
So if a complainant comes to you and says, this tender official has taken a bribe on this bid, it's your responsibility to investigate.
He has to reduce it in writing, Commissioner.
But in this case, someone from outside the city, Nico, had come to you claiming to have given a mandate to the head of the BEC to rig a tender in favor of 7 companies. You had one potential perpetrator admitting that he had done this. You'll accept that?
That's what he claimed, which might not be truthful.
But surely, if you have a perpetrator claiming to have rigged a tender to you, the head of the Internal Affairs Department, that's something that needs to be investigated, because what he's saying is that the head of the BEC is open to manipulating this tender dishonestly.
As I indicated, that's what he might claim, only to find out he doesn't even know Victor and so forth.
In fact, you say you know that forward to refers to the CFO. You have forwarded things that say, tell him forward to this. So you knew it's stuff that is intended for the CFO. Otherwise, why are you giving this stuff to Nkosi if it's not meant to come into your TMPD, into your Tshwane tender process? Why is it going to Nkosi?
Commissioner, I still maintain I don't have dealings with the CFO.
Okay.
Can I just follow up on what Advocate Charkelson said? You as head of internal affairs, it goes beyond that. You are an employee of the city of Tshwane, correct?
That's correct,
and this
Commissioner.
tender concerned your department, TMPD, correct?
That's correct.
And as employee of the city of Tshwane, do you not have a duty to act in the best interests of your employer?
I do have that duty, Commissioner.
And do you accept that if what Nico told you was true, then this tender would have been compromised? If it was true, what Nico told you, then this tender would have been compromised.
Yes, if it was true, but much as I indicate that people claim to be knowing people and it doesn't happen. As it stands amongst, that mandate list of companies, not even a single one, I think, was appointed. But that's what Nico made me to believe.
Yes.
All right, you can catch the next roundup of the Madlanga Commission with the National Pulse with Ashraf Gada at 5:45. Of course, the SABC News 404 has got you covered on the full broadcast of that commission as it happens in real time. And SABC Plus also has you covered in real time. Hopefully by now you are one of the 2 million individuals that are enjoying the content on our platform SABC Plus. From myself, myself and my team, we will see you next week. Have a great day. To all of those that are nominated at the Metro FM Awards this weekend, may it go in accordance to how you hoped. We don't want to show favoritism on the show because we often have all the artists come through and visit. So we'll just say we wish you all the very best of luck. Inshallah, God willing, have a great weekend. We'll see you next Monday.
When the whole world had turned on me and others couldn't decide, you're the smile in my tears, you are the smile in my dreams. You're my when others think it's fair to judge me, will you lend me your smile? That's all I need for the day. And you are my kind of joy in the wilderness of my feelings, in the dreariness of my dreamings. Sweet. And you are sweetest thing. You're my love. You're my You're my You're the sweetest thing I've ever known. Sweetest thing, sweetest thing. In the dreariness of my feelings, in the emptiness of my dreams. Sweetest thing. You're the light in my shining bright in my heart, guiding me there. Sweetest thing, sweetest thing. You're the light in my shining bright in my heart, guiding me there. Sweetest thing, sweetest thing. You're my love. You're my love. You're my love. You're my
If we have rights, shouldn't we also have opinions? SAFM, leading the conversations that move us. This Freedom Month, we reflect, we remember, and we celebrate how far we've come. 30 years into democracy, South Africa continues to shape a future grounded in justice, equality, and opportunity for all, under the theme Freedom and the Rule of Law. 30 years of democratic citizenship. SAFM you all things freedom, the voices, the stories, and the conversations that matter. Join us as we honor the journey and explore what freedom means today. SAFM, leading the conversations that move us.